Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. This is a Spurs chat video. I'm going to be talking to three Tottenham fans. I've got Antony Costa, the singer from the pop band Blue. I've got former EastEnders actor Ricky Norwood. And I've got Tottenham season ticket holder and regular on this channel, Spurs fan Dean. We're going to be talking about the new signings, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Joe Hart. I'm going to get their thoughts on who Tottenham will be signing next. How Spurs will cope with so many games at the start of the 2020-2021 season. Of course, the fixtures came out today, so I'm going to get their thoughts on that as well. Jose Mourinho's style of football, the Amazon documentary, when are the trophies coming to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and I'm also going to get their predictions for the 2020-2021 season. So how are you guys doing? Dean, Antony, Ricky, nice to join me tonight. Thank you very much. Antony, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
I spoke to the other two at length about this. Pochettino obviously was sacked back in November. Jose Mourinho, the serial winner, has come in. What were your thoughts?
Ask Ricky, because we had a 2-hour debate on the train. I thought it was the right thing to do at that time. You know, 6.5 years. Yes, we played some great football. Yes, we went to finals, semi-finals. We didn't win anything. So what was the point? You know, I think he should have. I think Poch had enough time. If this was another team, you know, them lot across the road, and some, you know, Arteta had 6 years and they didn't win anything, we'd be laughing at them. So we need to take account of ourselves and look at what we achieved. You know, the last 18 months wasn't great football. So, you know, you had to just grin and bear it. And now we've got Mourinho, give him time. Hopefully he'll embed in, you know, his plan, and then we can hopefully go and win things.
Antony, can I just say to you, though, you know, Maurizio Pochettino delivered Champions League football year in, year out, and that was his ultimate goal. That is what the board expected of him.
I know, but we didn't win anything, Chris. Didn't win anything. You know, we got to a final. We got to a final by the skin of our teeth. It's not like we went to Man City and battered them. We got there by VAR, which was on our side. Thank you, VAR. But then, you know, everyone talks about Lucas Moura. Yes, brilliant, fantastic. But then he gets dropped for the final. That's when I went, nah, I'm done. I'm done with it. And we lost that final, and I went, oh, another final. Okay, we didn't turn up. We didn't breed winners, man. We didn't inbred winners in our side. And that's what used to annoy me the most. We played some fantastic football, but then we'd lose 1-0 or 2-1. And you're like, well, at the end of the day, it's the end results that count. I'm just blunt. I'm just old school like that. I can't help it. I'm too passionate. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather win 1-0 than draw 4-4. What's the point? We're going to get a point or 3 points. I want 3 points.
What do you think? What do you think the problem was though? You know, why did Pochettino not guide Tottenham to a trophy?
I think it was too nice. It was nice to you could tell he was nice to the team. It was nice to the media. There was maybe no grittiness about him, and I think players just got probably bored of it. That's reading between the lines when I used to go down to Spurs and watch them.
Ricky, let's come on to you. Tottenham have signed 2 players, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Joe Hart. What have you made of these signings so far?
Well, the Højbjerg signing, I think, is a great signing. We all know that we needed, you know, a DM, a proper centre midfielder to break up the play and to, you know, to give those passes forward, to let our creative players blossom. And I think it is great business to do it early as well. I think it's fantastic that Jose wanted him and he identified him. And we've got him in early so he can start training. And we've seen those pictures already, him start training. So I think that's a fantastic piece of business. The Joe Hart one kind of caught me by surprise. Like my boy Expressions was cracking me up with his video. Like, oh my gosh, he did not want him nowhere near our side.
Why?
Now, well, look. It's because of the last couple of years, and to tell you the truth, like that was his thing. And I totally get it. You know what I mean? He didn't do much at West Ham. He didn't do much at Burnley. Do you know what I mean? And he's come in here. But my feeling is like, let's give him a clean slate. He's got a lot to prove. Yeah. And it seems that him and Jose have got some type of relationship. You know what I mean? You saw from his interview and the way that he spoke about being a team player, being there for the squad, helping the young ones, as well as pushing Hugo. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think it's actually a really clever signing, one that we
100%.
never would have called for. But I think it's actually clever, and with the quota as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dean, two leaders in the camp now. Joe Hart, a former captain, and of course Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, a former captain as well. And of course, we've appointed Ledley King as assistant coach as well. Three good signings for you?
Yeah, again, I've done with the boys on the Joe Hart one, so we'll see how that plans out. I can understand why. I can understand the homegrown rule and all the rest of it. But if you have the homegrown rule, why get rid of like the other players, like Luke Amos? Keep him in for the homegrown rule. And Walker Peters, keep him in for the homegrown rule. Because we've now not got a right back either. Not really. So it's a bit of a weird one, the Joe Hart one. But he was a good keeper. He was a good keeper.
And he's won things as well.
He's not so much now, though. So, again, for having been there for the young lads, yeah, I can see that. I can see him. And he was a leader as well. He's very, very vocal. A lot more vocal than Hugo, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Anthony, are you happy with the signing so far?
100%, mate. He is. When you see him, he's won things. He's won the championship. He's won FA Cups, League Cups. He's got an aura about him that breeds leadership. He will be in that dressing room, geeing the boys up, and that's what we want. As I said to you when we started talking, we're too nice. We're too nice sometimes, and it just gets a bit all these different handshakes and all that. It's too nice. I want to see some grit, mate. I want to see some grit, and I think Højbjerg, I've always rated him ever since I saw him for Bayern Munich and obviously Southampton. I always thought he always had a good game against us. And Joe Hart he breeds experience. You don't get 75 England caps if you're not that great. So bring it on. Love it.
You know what? I think we need to give Joe Hart a bit of credit as well, because for him to humble himself and to kind of like look back, he said it himself. You know, like the last couple of seasons, the last couple of years have not been the greatest. He sees it. He sees where he's kind of dropped off, and there's a lot to prove for him. And I know a lot of people are kind of taking the mickey out of him, you know, those pictures of him in the gym and stuff. But to mentally build yourself back up as well as physically, like there's a lot to give there. So I think we should give him credit for building himself up and pushing him to the point where Jose has looked at him and gone, no, actually, I think you can do a job. I think you could be great here. So let's give him a little bit of credit as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Anthony, let's come back to you. Signings, you know, 2 signings so far.
Yeah.
We've got just over 6 weeks left of the transfer window. We've got, 2 days away until the first friendly. The season's only 3 weeks away. Are there going to be any more signings? What do you expect?
I expect a right back because it looks like Aurier is going to be going, and a striker. We need competition for Kane now. I think. I hate saying this, but unfortunately, Kane, bless him, and I hope I'm wrong. There's always a long injury layoff for him. So, and we always have to rely on Son. And when Son, broke his arm this year, the pandemic happened, and obviously we got out of jail without sounding horrible. Do you know what I'm saying? So we need backup for Kane. We need competition. And why can't we have 2 strikers? Why can't we play 2 up top? There's no rule. It should be no rules in football. We just play our game. Do you know what I mean? And if we've got 2 pacey strikers, I can see Callum Wilson come in. I think because he knows the Prem, and it won't take him long to embed into the side. I don't want to be bringing these top strikers in Spain and Italy's, and they come over here and they can't hit a barn door.
Well, I think that's
Salgados and Janssens of this world. It just hasn't worked out, did it?
I think that's the difference with the signings of Højbjerg and Joe Hart. They've got good Premier League experience, haven't they?
They know the Prem. So there's no, let's give them a year. We ain't got a year. We need to start work now. Saturday, friendly, we need to kick on. Do you know what I mean? First game in against Everton, we need to go out there and all guns blazing.
Anthony, who realistically, though, do you think that Tottenham will be going out to sign? And, how many players and in what areas do we really need these players in?
There's talks of obviously Max Aaron's coming from Norwich as well. Young English bred, good player. But when we go for these relegated sides, I know we got obviously sort of said about Callum Wilson, but you look at Sessegnon. We brought him in last year and he didn't really do anything for us because he didn't really play, and it's just a shame. And now they're looking to loan him out, and you're like, well, why don't we go for players that have already been there, done it, and worn the T-shirt, just to bring in experienced players that can G up the dressing room?
But don't you think that's a difference in management, in Mauricio Pochettino planning for the future, whereas Jose Mourinho is really about today and the season forward?
Chris, we ain't got no time anymore, mate. We haven't, have we? I mean, I don't know if the lads agree with me, but we can't be, it'll be great in 4 years' time. I'm not interested. I want to see him kick on now. Do you know what I'm saying? Saturday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't want to be giving people too much time. And what Dean was saying about Luke Amos, you'd love to see Luke Amos come in as a number 2 and number 3. But if he has a shocking season, I know us as fans, we're going to be on his back. So I'll give him time. Well, we ain't got it. We ain't got time anymore. Because you look at people like Liverpool, Man City, and even Man United now, they kick on from now. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no, Poch was great for that time, but we haven't got it anymore, unfortunately. We need to go and try and win trophies. That's what I want.
We all want trophies. We really do.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
Will come on to that. We will definitely come on to that. Ricky, what are you expecting in the transfer market this summer?
Well, along the lines of what Anthony said there, we definitely need another right back, if not 2. Obviously, that depends on whether Serge is sold. Maybe one in the middle, maybe a winger striker as well. I think I'm going to guess at another 3 to 4 signings coming in, and I would guess at about 5 or 6 going out as well. On the back of what Anthony was saying there about the young ones and having the experienced players as well ready to hit the ground running, I think what Mourinho is doing, working with Levy as well, is to have that balance so that we've got maybe 5 players that are progressing. Someone like Bergwijn, for instance, like there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of there's a really good player in there, but they're going to bring him on a little slowly. But at the same time, he's got Son beside him, who is the experienced one that knows how to do it. So I think that they're going to be blending. I think they're going to have a nice mix of experience and those young prospects. If you look at Højbjerg, like he's what is he, 24, just turned 25, like Anthony was saying there, has already played for Bayern, already had a couple of seasons in the Premiership with Southampton, and he's got the want and desire to jump up, to push. Yeah. He's got the mentality and the heart to go, oh, I want more. And he's seen that at Tottenham, and he's seen that with Mourinho. So that's what we need as well. We need people that can fill the position, but people with the hearts and the minds to want to push forward, to want to do the jobs that they're asked to do.
Yeah, he's 100% right. 100%.
If you go back a couple of seasons, though, you're talking, you've got Danny Rose and Ben Davies on the left. You've got Serge Aurier and Kieran Trippier. Yeah. Obviously, Kieran Trippier has gone out the door. Llorente's gone out the door. These are players that haven't been replaced yet. Talks now about Serge Aurier going out the door as well. Surely Tottenham need to sign at least 1 or even 2 right backs going into this season, don't they? Yeah,
of course they do. Yeah, I mean, you like to think they're not stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? We're all saying it, and I'm sure they're saying it as well. But coming on to what Ricky was saying, Højbjerg came to Spurs because he wants to work under Mourinho. That was a big pulling power for him. Do you know what I'm saying? I heard different clubs offered him different money, more money than Spurs. But he wanted to come to Spurs because he could see what Mourinho wants to do. And if you're a player, you're going to go where people win things, not where people play nice football and lose Champions Leagues.
Dean, let's come on to you. Are you surprised that Tottenham didn't replace players like Fernando Llorente at the time, and particularly in the January transfer window?
Yeah, I mean, we were standing on the beach in Olympiacos when he was, about to go, and we couldn't get our heads around it. We didn't replace that hold-up player. He was never the best striker. Never ever was. He didn't pretend to be. I mean, we see him warm up many a time, and he couldn't hit a barn door with a brick. But even when the goal was empty, he still couldn't put it in there. But he did score some real important goals. But his hold-up play, you look at the Champions League final, the amount of times that ball hit his chest, and he just dropped it off to Dele, off to Lucas. So, yeah, I'm surprised we didn't replace someone like him. Again, Kane, I don't think gets the recognition he deserves because he's got a lot of hold-up play. But if Kane's playing now, you then need a striker to run off him.
Absolutely.
And nobody's doing that. So we need like a Callum Wilson. You need another striker to play alongside him.
You need pace, boys.
Yeah.
And to me, Wilson brings that Defoe-esque type player who had pace, who could run, as Dean was saying, running behind the defence. You know, drop his shoulder, bang. You know, because sometimes we do rely on Kane so much, and it's the poor lad's played like so many games, and obviously, as I said to you when we started talking, he's always got an injury in him, and it's heartbreaking because there's no one.
I think the reason he's so injury prone is the amount of running he does.
Absolutely,
he's constantly in the defence. Yeah. Then he's asked to go to the other box, then back and forwards. Yeah. So you're gonna break down. Whereas if he's only got to run from the halfway line, like to the other box, or he can just lay that ball off to another striker that can take over. Then I don't think he'll get as many injuries as he has been getting.
Yeah, true.
Anthony, do you think that Tottenham will get a marquee signing this summer? Because obviously a lot of Tottenham fans, we all get excited when there's new players coming in, but it's what types of players are coming in.
Yeah.
Is it to take us forward? Is it to win us a trophy in the next 12 months? What sort of signings do you see coming in?
For me, obviously, there's I can name three off the top of my head, and that's Coutinho, Dybala, or Bale.
Dreaming.
Exactly. But I'm in dreamland, aren't I? I'm in dreamland. Yeah. But 2 out of them 3 players, I'm going to keep repeating myself, know the Premier League. If we bought someone like a Coutinho, he's been there. Do you know what I mean? He's done it. He's won things. And I've always rated Coutinho. Always rated. Dybala, fantastic player. If he'd ever come to Spurs, who knows? But, you say he'll be amazing at Spurs. It's just one of them things. Bale, I don't need to say any more, do I? Imagine him, Son and Kane up front.
Could you ever see him coming back?
Nah.
Realistically?
Nah. He's happy playing golf, isn't he? And sleeping on the bench, bless him. It's heartbreaking to see that, It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking because, I saw an interview of him the other week and he was just laughing at himself, going, they just boo me and hiss and, shout obscenities at me, and it's not nice, but hey, I'm loving life. And it's like, you're not happy, man, but you're still earning 650 grand a week.
Yeah. Ricky, the Premier League fixtures were out today. Now, the first 3 Premier League fixtures for Tottenham: Everton at home, Southampton away, Newcastle at home. That is a good start for us, isn't it?
It sounds good on paper. It sounds good on paper.
How did I know you were going to say that?
If you've been a Tottenham fan, longer than 5 minutes, then you know. But man, our fixture list is crazy. I've just seen the UEFA Cup games that'll be in there, and the Carabao Cup games as well. Cup, yeah. There's a lot going on. I think we're going to have to do a bit of a Liverpool with the Carabao Cup and stick out some of the kids, some of the fringy third team players. Joe Hart's definitely getting a start in that game. Lamela. I don't know whether you've seen this as well with the fixtures. I've just seen it myself. But the UEFA, what is it? Is it Europa?
Europa League.
So old school. I'm so old school.
Europa League.
I know. I feel your pain, bro.
Bro, my sentences were so old school. It's my dad, though. It's my dad. You got to remember. He's like, UEFA Cup, son. We won UEFA Cup, son. So Europa League, right? The final is 3 days after the final day of the Premier League. 3 days. So
it'd be amazing to win both, though, innit? Imagine that.
It would be amazing, but you've seen our last game is Leicester. Who knows if we're going to be able to rest any players for that? If when we're in the final for the Europa League, so we're going to have to deal with a lot. So this is where the transfer period is really important. This is where this period of time is really important for Tottenham as a club, because we need the players that have got the heart and the mentality and the want to drive. You know what I mean? And the want to do more, because these games are going to be coming thick and fast.
Well, the reason they've done that, though, Ricky, I don't know if you know, they already know that we're going to win the Prem. and
Right.
the Europa League, right? So straight on, open bus top, both cups, brilliant.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's just all,
That's
that's
it,
what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Rather than
On
have
the
like,
weekend.
you know, 2 lots.
Perfect.
You know,
I didn't get that email.
Jose has competed in this competition twice. He's won it twice. I'm all booked in for the final. So, you know, I'm off to Poland. It's happening.
Let's go to Poland. Let's book a hotel, boys. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Ricky, going back to those fixtures, we then go into October in the Premier League. Manchester United away, West Ham at home, Burnley away and Brighton at home. Realistically, and all joking aside, those first 7 Premier League fixtures, that is not bad. It's not a bad start for Spurs, is it?
No, it's not. It's not a bad start, and I think you know, Mourinho is going to see that as well. I think he's going to, you know, although he might complain about the amount of games, the fact that he can, you know, shift and change and kind of go, you know, play his second teams here and there and kind of mess about with who's playing where in those first couple of games, because they're not, you know, the top 6. They're not like must win. Harry has to play, Sonny has to play. Do you know what I mean? So, look, it like I said, it looks good on paper, and you know, let's just hope we got the squad to do what we need to do. You know what I mean? Like, let's rotate, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
I want to keep Sessegnon. I want to see what Clark's saying. Do you know what I mean? Let's keep. I don't know what's happened to Clark. Like, terrible.
I don't even know what's
year.
happened to him.
I want to see. I would love to, you know, see Sess on one side and Clarkey on the other. Let's see what happens. You know, let's see what our squad's about. Let's use them.
Yeah,
let's go for it.
Dean, Premier League football, Europa League football, Carabao Cup, something like 23 days, 9 matches. How will Tottenham cope with this?
Like the guys have said, we're going to have to rotate. And I think the Carabao Cup's going to be lots of the kids coming through. But again, we seem to be, you're constantly seeing the kids going out on loan or going out on other deals, or we're letting them go. So the guys that we would be sort of bringing through, which is what they said they was going to do, they're all going out.
Yeah.
So who's going to be left in the squad to bring through? So we're kind of making it tight for ourselves, really. But yeah, we've been to the Carabao Cup and we've done Norwich and we've done Southend, and I just hope we don't do that again. Let's get that passion behind it and make sure we sort of go from this time.
I know, mate.
Surely though, Dean, the Carabao Cup is one competition that Jose Mourinho will want to win at Spurs next year. So that competition has to be taken seriously, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But I still can't get past the Norwich game.
Or the culture stuff.
The Colchester game. You know, it just makes no sense. It's they're there for the taking a lot of time, and we don't seem to sort of have that passion for it. But I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I don't know why we can't get up, because us as fans, we're there, we're shouting, we're screaming, and you see the players just trotting around. So I don't know whether it's a mentality thing, and I think that's why we bring in Højbjerg, so he can then start shouting and screaming, same as we would do. So that's what you hope.
That's it, Dean. That's it. We need a couple of shouters in the side, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know, Anthony, talking about people standing up, shouting and swearing and everything, one of the games last season, someone come up to me and said, your mate Antony Costa's down there. I come down to see you half time, and then the second half, you were nowhere to be seen. What happened to you?
What game was that? What game was that? Was that the Colchester game?
I think it might have been the Norwich game, actually. Were you at the Norwich game?
What, the penalties at the end?
Yeah.
I was there the whole game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was there the whole game. Yeah. No, it was the Colchester one, mate.
VIP lounge, Chris.
Yeah, mate, I was freezing my plums off like that. Watching them take that penalty.
I was out in the cold. Anthony, what did you make of the last 9 Premier League games for Spurs? Because it was a different style, low possession in matches, but Tottenham got the results. Jose seemed to get us over the line in some of these games.
We grinded out results, and that's what we've been missing, lads. You know, all right, the Bournemouth game, you know, it's one of them. It's Spurs, and we're always going to have a crack dip. Do you know what I mean? But we ground out results, and that's what Mourinho does, and that's what he does best. He organises. He organises our defence. You know, he gets us playing. All right, not amazing football, but I want them 3 points, lads. I don't want to be playing pretty football all the time. Of course I do, but we ain't that great to be playing expansive football because look at what's happened to us in the past. Do you know what I mean?
I think the Leicester game is a great example, though, and I think the Leicester game had a bit of a balance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We showed some flair and we showed some, you know what I mean, some dynamism, and then once we was 3-0 up, then that's when the clever heads came in and we kept the ball and we grinded it out. So I think that style, hopefully, there's more of that than there is of the Bournemouths.
That's what it's about, boys. You know, and I think. The Everton game, all right, it wasn't the prettiest of games, but we needed them. It was a terrible game, awful, but we got 3 points. This is what it's, you know. And now we're in the Europa League. Obviously, ideally, when the season started, we wanted Champions League. That wasn't going to happen because of how we played at the beginning of the season. It was shocking football, shocking.
Let me ask you, Anthony. So you would rather boring football next season, but trophies be at the end of it?
Yeah, why not? Why not, mate? I'm sorry. I'm probably going to get hammered for that, but we haven't won a trophy since 2008, an FA Cup since 91. Do you know what I mean? It's just not, you know, it's not. I want us to win trophies, lads. I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up with us being a joke club of, where's your trophy cabinet? Da, da, da. I just want that hoodoo gone, mate.
Isn't that a crazy stat? If Tottenham won the FA Cup next season, it would be 30 years since Gary Mabbott lifted the FA Cup. It's crazy.
How many managers, players, this one? That. Look at Arsenal this season. Look at them. They were terrible this season. They've gone and won a cup. Arteta, in his first 8 months, has won a cup. Don't that gut you? Don't that annoy you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's the truth. And they didn't. It just... Oh, it winds me up.
Anthony, what trophy will Jose Mourinho target first? Will it be the Carabao Cup?
I think it'll be the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I do. I really do. And then once we go on hopefully a good run and the fixtures are kind to us, I think they'll start believing in themselves. That's what we've been missing. The players need to believe in themselves.
Ricky, obviously Ledley King is now working with Jose Mourinho. He is the last captain to lift the trophy, as Anthony said, in 2008. What will he bring to the coaching team?
Do you know what? He's going to bring that awe, first and foremost. I think everybody loves Ledley. Everybody knows what sacrifice that he gave for the club. Do you know what I mean? Him not training, him stringing out his knee. My dad was always worried about him walking. He was like, son, I don't want him to end up in a wheelchair. I just want him, son, I love him too much, son. I love him too much. But, he carried on. Do you know what I mean? He carried on. And I think that he's going to, give especially the young ones, the transitioning group that are coming through to the first team. He's going to be a great sounding board, first and foremost. He's going to be great with advice, but he's got a want and a passion that, that kind of coaching bug in him as well. So he's going to look to develop and with the defense as well. He's going to look at the defense. He was working with the defense just before lockdown. So looking at the defense, having that kind of mentality, the organization, him and Jose working together, it could be a really nice relationship.
I think as well. Yeah, sorry, go on, mate.
No, go on, Ant.
No, I'm saying, the Tangangas of this world and Sanchez of this world. There is a player in Sanchez. I know he gets a lot of stick sometimes, and but Ledley said the other day, Sanchez reminds him of him when he was younger, growing up. He's going to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's fine. But it's what you do after. And I think with Led, he will bring out the best in the Tanganga, Sanchez, and obviously having Toby, who I love, next to him. It's experience. It's right there in front of you. So I think it's a great appointment.
And I think he's got that thing in his head that so there's certain mistakes. So for instance, if you're on stage or do you know what I mean, you might go you might go off a note or something, and one of the boys after the show they'll go, and do you know what I mean? He's one of those guys. I think Ledley is one of those guys that will do the same. That has got that kind of that matrix insight that, you know, when Tanganga does switch off or Sanchez does switch off, he will know when it happened and why it happened, and he'll just go, Sanchez, bruv, you know when it went over the top, and all right, let's work on that. He's got that experience too, you know.
Leadership.
Dean, you've got a painting there behind you of Jan Vertonghen. Obviously, Jan left this summer as well. Another player that does need to be replaced. How much do you think Tottenham will miss him?
Quite a lot, I think. We said, like in the Norwich game, he was one of the only guys that was putting in the effort. Really, really was. Again, he always wore his heart on his sleeve. And I remember the game when he got subbed and he just sat there and looked at his boots and almost knew that his Tottenham career was like over.
Yeah.
But, he's always like the badge. He's always not been the Super Jan. But yeah, we do need to replace him again, because that's what worries me. The midfield, we've got plenty. We need a striker, but we've got the right back, so we need, I think, two of those. You've got Ben, who's a decent player. I mean, he gets a lot of stick, but I think it's just the way he's told to play. But I still think he's a good defender, and obviously Danny's now back, isn't he? So, but how many games will he get?
Do you think sometimes, Dean, do you think sometimes with Davies, there is a player in there, and you can see, he might have a mistake in him. Okay, fine, but that's everyone. But sometimes I want Davies to just take a man on, whip the ball in.
He does. He stops.
Too soft,
I don't think he wants to make that mistake.
It's too soft. Yeah. And football's about. I've never played professional, obviously, but by watching the game, don't you want your players to take risks? Don't you want that little, Ben Davies to whip a ball in? When he whips the ball in, I'm like, oh my God, he's whipped a ball in.
Yeah.
And it's just to do that.
I think what happens, he gets just over the halfway line, and he's already looking behind him to see if anybody's making a run,
he looks lost,
rather than do the attacking stuff.
Yeah, he looks
because
lost.
First and foremost, he's a defender, and that's where his eyes always going to be. So he's not on that sort of an attacking sort of left back. Mate. He's always looking over his shoulder. He's always looking inside, and that's why he does rather than sort of take the player on and whip that ball in, he'll go, I'll lay it off to Winks, I'll lay it off to Sissoko, and I can get back and do what I'm supposed to do.
I know, but sometimes it's just frustrating. I know you've probably been told that, but just take a risk, boys. It's just, that's what it's about. I want to see my players. Harry Winks having a 20-yard shot and hitting the target. He don't do that. He don't do enough.
But I think also you get that from the Trippier as well, because he was constantly wanging down the wing. He always had chalk on his boots. He's always going for the dead ball line, and then constantly putting a cross in.
Yeah.
But again, you had Ericsson looking, who was supposed to be doing the covering, or Sissoko doing the covering, and because they weren't covering, he was always like wanging back again, and he was at fault for a couple of goals, but he was asked to do too much because the covering from Ericsson was diabolical. But again, I think
terrible,
But
Ericsson had gone anyway.
Yeah, totally. I remember the Costa game. He was already on the plane, wasn't he?
It was atrocious, mate.
But you got to remember that Davies is also compensating for Serge. For all of his mazy runs. Do you know what I mean? Like, Sissoko's compensating for Serge. He's having to cover him on the right. So they've done this shift thing where, like, it almost became a back three and we let Serge do what he wanted on the right wing. So there's also that. But I totally get it with you, and when he's had that chance to burst forward and go, then take your chance. Do you know what I mean? Like, go. Like, let the others worry about who's covering. Like, let them cover and do it. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm not saying that. He do that all the time, but just go for it, man. Go for it. It's like when you see the players and we've got like running down the clock and they're still hoofing the ball up. Yeah. Get a foul, nick a foul, waste time. It's just sometimes I'm just like, come on, lads, we can all see it. Why can't you?
One of Serge's best games was when he was playing as a 5 and he had Tanganga just behind him. And Serge because he don't want to defend. Serge never has done. He wants to be a winger. So when our Tanganga doing all the covering, doing his job, he had a brilliant game, absolutely brilliant game. But in the next game, Tanganga was on the left, so Sergeant had to be on the right, and he was like, he had to put a mope on because he went, I want to be up there, I want to be where the fun is, I don't want to be down here.
Lads, I want to talk about a player that hasn't really been mentioned a lot, and he's still at our club. It's Foyth. What do you think's going to happen with him? Is he in Mourinho's plans? Is he not? Is he going to be right back, centre half, sweep?
I can't see him playing for Tottenham because when you think back, the Bayern Munich away game, that was a test for him.
Norwich as well.
The last time he's played for Spurs is Norwich away, and he was brought off at half time. I just can't see that he's going to be a Tottenham player for the future, and no, definitely not a right back.
Yeah.
But we're going to be without right back, aren't we? That's the problem. And, you know, obviously, Tanganga comes back in. We've got one, but Walker Peters is gone.
Yeah.
So Foyth has got, who are you going to put in? So Foyth's the only right back we got, unless we get one in.
Yeah, there's talk of that. Is it Zelik?
Yeah.
Anthony, will you be sorry to see Serge Aurier go if he does?
Listen, you've got to feel for him sometimes. You know what I mean? As Dean said, sometimes he was. You know, he had some good games, but he had a mistake in him, and unfortunately, you know, a lot of the goals that we conceded did come from the right hand side. You know, I'm not being horrible. It's just truth, and you know the stats prove it. So, yeah, I mean, if he has to go, good luck to him. But I think it was time. I think his heart and his head went once the season's over.
Ricky, Danny Rose is back at Tottenham now. Do you ever see him putting on the Tottenham shirt again?
Maybe in training. You know, the training top. They've got some nice training tops. He can collect the cones, I think. He can do that, can't he? I think he can do that. I'm not sure. Maybe if they run out of mannequins, they can use him for the, whip round for the free kick practice. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know what? I hear you. But you know what? If he wants to know what a joke is, ask him to Google it. So, no, what I'd say to Danny Rose is he made his feelings really, really clear. I love Danny Rose a lot. I loved what he does. I've always tried to back him. But I think he fell out of love with Tottenham and the Tottenham project and what Tottenham was about. He was missing his Northern fish and chips. So, he hit Newcastle and was hoping for a contract. But as soon as he knew that there wasn't a contract, then he wanted to start kind of pandering to the fans again and kind of being like, I really want to play in front of the fact. Look, man, if he's honest enough with himself, he knows he don't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? He knows he don't want to be there. There was a lot of things. And like, I know that probably on the other side of the media and stuff like that, from Daniel Levy's point of view and the club point of view, they may have broken promises or the relationship may have been broken in between that. If that relationship can be repaired, then maybe. But to tell you the truth, I think he needs to go maybe Leeds and kind of like enjoy kind of the twilight of his career now. I know, what is he? He's only 28, 29, isn't he? So yeah. I mean, I'm the thing is that at that point you've got to remember the beginning of last year, our whole back four did not want to be there. So there was Serge, Toby, Jan wasn't playing, and there was trouble that he wasn't starting with Poch and Danny Rose. There was also Ericsson there that didn't want to be there. So I think there was this club of people that ended up being loyal to the club, but had a bit of bitterness in them. And those people had to leave because, like I said at the beginning about Højbjerg, is that we need people with their heads and their hearts that want to do more. Do you know what I mean? And I just think he's lost it for Tottenham.
Yeah.
Ricky, you said earlier that you think a number of Tottenham players will leave this summer. Who do you think will realistically leave?
I think Danny Rose will leave. I think Serge will leave. I think Foyth will leave.
Lamela.
I think Lamela is on the cusp of. I think so. Maybe not. But it's because the reason that I'm kind of half-see with Lamela is that he's got that bite that Mourinho likes. You know,
Yeah.
he's a bit mean. Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying about nice guys, like Lamella ain't a nice guy. Like, there's not another side in the Premier League that likes playing against Lamella. And not because he's going to bang a goal, but because he's going to wind you up. He's going to nick fouls.
Yeah.
He's going to clip you like real, you know what I mean? He's going to do the things to disrupt rhythm. And I think that Mourinho likes that. So that's my 50-50 with him. But again, like it, you know, I think we need a kind of a rebalance. We need a rebalance. We need those that have been there for a minute that are kind of washed out to thank you, love, peace, and hair grease, but thank you next. And I think we need something new in.
Also, you know, we've skipped over this lad Fernandes, Jedson. I mean, like, is he going to get a chance? Is he going to go? He's on another year loan. So where will we see him? Is it going to be Premier League? Is it going to be the Cups? Is it going to be Europa? Where do you see it, lads?
Do you know what?
The one person we ain't mentioned, and it is the elephant in the room, is on Ndombele.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I forgot about him. You know, Dean. I actually forgot about him.
I think we all have because we ain't bloody seen him.
I know.
You know, I mean, me and Chris have we talked about this at length. We have seen flashes of genius, but we have also seen a bloke that just don't want to play. It's just crazy. But they rate him so highly at Spurs. But we haven't seen that, so we're missing something on the training ground. I actually thought he was going, and that's why they weren't playing him because they didn't want him to get injured, so they could get their money back. So he's another one.
He's another one as well.
Going. But yeah, he could be the mate weight for Dybala, I think.
Yeah. Or if Ndombele's fit, are we going to see this player that was at Lyon and, you know, run the Champions League? You know, because I thought he was amazing for them.
Me
and
too.
Obviously, I was excited for him to come to us, and then I just didn't know what was going on. It was a shadow of him for himself. But with Fernandes, it's interesting. I mean, Mourinho played him at right back, right midfield, and it was just like I don't know what is his strengths. I mean, I don't know much about him. I love my football, but he's a player that's come in and not really done nothing because don't know what his game is about.
Well, when he was at, I think it was Benfica, the majority of the time he was being played like right side, left side, like behind, you know, on the wings. But naturally, he's a centre midfielder. So I think we brought him in for centre midfield cover, or as that utility man, you know. But I'm hearing more talks of more midfielders coming in. So whether he gets a shout, I really don't know. Maybe we'll just use him when we need him. On Ndombele, it's really, really tough because he was my number one. Like, he was the one that I wanted the most last season. If he was going to sign anyone, I was like, that's the guy, you know. I've made comparisons before with Moussa Dembele. When he came in, there was a couple of seasons where we didn't know what his best position was, behind the man or centre midfield, defensive mid. There was a lot of time that he was a bit lost, you know. So it does take a minute. But what I said again, I'm going to repeat it again. It's about hearts and minds right now. If his heart and mind wants to achieve and wants to go and wants to be this number one midfielder, wants to be compared along the likes of like Pogba and Modric and, you know, these people that are kind of dynamite in midfield, then he needs to turn up and he needs to show up. You know, he needs to run with intent. He needs to, everything needs to be with intention. He can't just be doing it because he's being asked to do it. Run over there and run back. Why is his head always this far back when you see him running? In training. Every training video that I've seen, his head is always this far back. Why are you that tired?
Do you know what, Ricky? He's like that walking in the stadium. I didn't miss a game last season, and the frustrating thing for me being a Tottenham fan is you want to see every single player give 100%. And when you see a player is at 50% and can't be bothered and it just doesn't look like he wants to be there, the whole body language, but you know, as a Tottenham fan, that there is some, there's a special talent there. But, you know, like Anthony said at the start of the video, do we want to be waiting around for players to, you know, come good a year or two down the line? We need it now, you know, particularly after our record signing as well.
Yeah, he needs to show up. He definitely needs to show up. How many English boys do you see get a big transfer fee, whoever it may be, and the first question is how do you feel about being, you know, like the club paying 50 million for you? How do you feel about them paying 80 million for you? And the answer is always like, I'm going to try my hardest to repay that X, Y, and Z. I haven't seen him try hard to repay the money and the faith that the club have put in him. And that's what we really need to see. Tottenham fans are patient. We were patient with Bentley, for goodness crackers. And, you know, like we've been patient. We will love it. As long as we see you wanting it and trying, we will give you time and we will allow you a few mistakes. But we need to see you turn up. We need to see you want it. And that's what we all need to see come the start of the season.
If you could get your money back right now for him, would you do it?
Oh, Chris, man. Look, my heart says no. I'm going to stick with my heart. Joe Hart's at the club. I'm going to stick with my heart. My heart says no.
I don't believe you.
Oh, why, Chris, man?
Anthony, what about you? Would you get your money back?
Yeah, if I'm bringing someone like Coutinho.
Oh,
you're dreaming again.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I've heard Ronaldo he's trying to get out of Juve, and so, I mean, relationship with Mourinho, Premiership experience.
It's like his surrogate dad, isn't it, Rick?
I mean, if you're gonna finish your career anywhere, come over to the lane.
Come over to the lane in London. Love it.
Anthony, do you know what? All joking aside, when I keep saying about your dreaming, when you're saying about players like this, at the end of the day, Tottenham were in the Champions League final last year. Why are we not targeting these sorts of players? Why are we not signing these sorts of players?
Because I just think
it should be happening, shouldn't it?
It should be happening, and I think we should. We've got nothing to show for it, lads. That's the thing. You know, unfortunately, you know, the board and Levy and stuff, I don't get involved, none of my business. But, you know, it takes some ages to do a deal over the line. And I think a lot of players just think, I don't want to be dealing with that. I don't need that hassle. If someone wants me, they want me, and I'm there. Like Dybala, he was coming to Spurs. Bruno Fernandes was coming to Spurs. You know, we had the chance to sign Sadio Mane. He was coming to Spurs. And you just think, well, and then we go and buy people like Soldado and Janssen, and you're like, what are we? What is this? What is going on here? So I think we should be going for these players. Absolutely right. Why not? But I just don't think they will ever get the wages or the money that they deserve.
Ricky, let's come on to you. I want to talk about the Amazon documentary. It's out at the end of the month. It was said today that Tom Hardy is the one narrating the show as well. How do you think that you're going to feel when you see, you know, we've seen lots of teaser clips, we've seen the official trailer, but how do you think that you're going to feel watching that?
Chris, I've gone through a roller coaster of emotions with this documentary. I've hated it being there along the season, you know, being a disruption. And when Poch left, I was like, there's never no way. And then after RB Leipzig, I'm like, I'm done with Tottenham. I don't want to see anything to do with them. And then the lockdown happened, and I was kind of half-see. And then I saw the first trailer where they're singing Poch's name and stuff, and like, I couldn't watch it. So I turned it off straight away. I can't wait. So it took me about a day or two to watch the trailer fully. And then I started to warm up to it. I put out a Twitter poll as well. I asked some of the Tottenham fans to kind of help. Are they going to be watching it? You know, like, and the reasons why. And during that little poll and the conversations that I was having, I then remembered again what my dad would say. You know, remember, win, lose or draw, you back your team. You know, you know, the team to me, Tottenham to me, like I'm sure with you guys, they're like family. This is why the highs are so high and the lows, they hurt so much. It's because they are like family to us, and we do love them. So I then got to the point where I saw the last trailer. I'll tell you which one that twisted me, actually. It was the one where it was the leaked footage and we saw Mourinho talking about a certain swear word, shall we say. And, you know, like the niceties, not being a nice team. And then he mentioned certain swear words. And I was like, oh, I have never seen that before. And I kind of liked that there was a different energy in it. And then when I saw the last trailer, that was it. I'm hooked. Because with that kind of G'd up, Mourinho speech in one of them, and I was just like, oh, I'm ready to kind of see what's behind the scenes. I'm ready to see how the club deal with a crazy season on and off the field, you know, an absolute crazy season. So to see how they deal with it in a matter of madness would be a great insight, because happy days are coming. So like, it's better than, maybe the happy days one would have been too boring. But at least this one, we can see how Daniel reacts, how all the boys react, you know what I mean? How Mourinho reacts to defeat or to a different style or play or mentality. So now I'm super excited to watch it. I can't wait.
Dean, are you excited to watch it?
Yeah, it's going to be a hard watch, obviously, seeing Poch go, because, again, we were sort of not big Poch fans. I'm still... don't know about Mourinho. I really don't. I didn't like him when he was at other teams, but he's then, like, you know, like Ricky said, he's our manager now. He's wearing our badge, so you get behind him, you back him. But at the same time, Daniel's got to back him as well as us, you know. So let's see what he does. Let's see how he, like Ricky says, handles defeat. When the Dyer substitution after 20 minutes, I thought, right, that's it. That's what we need. Doesn't like what was happening, he's changing it. And then we saw him at Norwich just sitting down, watching it all go past him. So he's a strange lad. I think he's just still trying to work out the way the team is. But over the lockdown, he's had a lot of time now. So this season is where he's going to be judged. But again, it's still going to be a strange season because he's not got the fans behind him to get the team running. So yeah, it's a weird one. I was speaking to my brother-in-law weekend. He's a Man United fan, and he can't stand him. Can't stand Mourinho at all. He said he used to go there, and the football was like boring, but they used to win things. So you've got that balance, and it is a fine balance. And again, like Antony said, yeah, sometimes we're going to go and sit there, and it's going to be a 1-0, and we're going to be bored to tears. But it's the 3 points. At the end of the day, when you look back at the fixtures and the results and the stats, it just says 3 points and you won the game. Yeah, we was like bored out and we might have sort of hit the bar early, so we'll see.
Antony, how do you feel about the Amazon documentary?
Bring it on, mate. Can't wait. Let's go.
Wow, I didn't expect that answer.
No, because I think I want to see my club that I've supported for nearly 40 years. You know, behind the scenes, what goes on. How, you know, coming on to what the lads were saying, how they deal with things, you know, win, lose or draw, which player's the most pissed off, which player's the most vocal, which player sits there and on Twitter all the time and takes selfies. You know, I want to see that. I want to see the camaraderie, and I'm looking forward to it.
Do you think we'll see that though, Antony? Do you think it'll be like a waltz and all fly on the wall sort of thing? Do you know what? Want to see cups going across the dressing room, or is it going to be sort of, you know, tailed back a little bit?
Yeah, I think
one thing I'd like to know, the one thing I really would like to know is why did Mora get dropped in the Champions League final? That's the one thing I'm more than anything. Was it a decision above Poch? Was it a decision that's in Kane's contract? I can't understand why you would drop that guy.
But I don't think that's...
Because they all come down and they look totally different from the semi-final to the final.
That was the defining moment for me, Dean, about Poch. Because, you know, as I said when we started talking, Moore got us there, scored that hat-trick, all right, by the skin of our teeth. We got there, fine, we carry on. But when we got there and I saw that team sheet, I was like, you've dropped the bloke that's got us there and he's sitting warming the bench up and you've got a half-fit Kane coming on. I wasn't happy. What does that do to the confidence?
No. But he didn't even get the minutes either, though. That's the thing.
He did nothing. And then we went 1-0 down. All right. It wasn't a penalty, but unfortunately, you know, it's always going to get given against us. And we didn't even kick on, mate. We didn't even test the keeper. And that, to me, I thought, nah, done. Champions League final, done. I couldn't be bothered. I had enough.
Do you know what, though,
that was my defining moment. What's that?
That day in Madrid, I spoke to so many Tottenham fans and asked them, do you think Harry Kane will start tonight? And every single one of them turned around and said yes. They all thought that Harry Kane would start. So it didn't really come to a surprise to a lot of people. And I know, of course, after the event, of course, we lost the game. It's very easy to blame, you know, Harry Kane playing and, you know, losing the match. But he could have scored. You know, if he'd have scored in that game, you know, no one would ever be moaning about him playing in that game.
Of course not. But Chris, it's the way we played, mate.
Yeah,
it's the way we played. We didn't even go out there and, as I said, test the keeper. We folded. After the first minute, we folded. That minute should have been the minute they got that penalty. All right, it got given. We went 1-0 down. Doesn't that cheer you up a little bit, or do you just give up? And that's what we did. We gave up. And for, you know, for 82 minutes, I was sitting there watching this game, thinking, "Oh, is this the Champions League final? It's the most boring game I've ever seen in my life." Because Tottenham didn't even turn up. This is what I'm saying. So a lot of Spurs fans are like, "Oh, it was the best day of my life, and I loved it." Yeah, but we didn't win nothing. So I don't want to see Mora's hat-trick anymore. I'm done with that now. I'm done with it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I saw a tweet today of all these teams tweeting, this day 5 years ago we won the league. This day we won this day last year we won the cup. Oh, this day last year, Dele Alli did that celebration. Come on, man. It's embarrassing. It is though, innit? It is though, innit? It is. Am I right or wrong? It's true, isn't it?
You sound as grumpy as Dean on some of these match days I've been with him.
No, do you know what it is, Chris? Boys, Ricky knows me from time. I'm too passionate, and that's what it gets me down, and I don't know how to handle myself because I've been told go and support another club. I'm like on Twitter, I'll go and do one. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was wanted to support another club, it wouldn't be Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? So 40 years Anthony, I've been supporting this club.
I'm going to give you my favourite line, and you almost done my line for me earlier, right? We haven't won a league since 1961. We haven't won a European trophy since '84. A FA Cup since '91 and a League Cup 2008. When are these trophies coming?
Hopefully this year, lads. Look, I'll show you something, right? This is the last time Spurs won the league.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, isn't it? That's embarrassing. That's one of the first times we won the cup when I was born. It's embarrassing, isn't it? It is.
I love the room.
Yeah, no, it's my man room, innit? I get out of here when I get... Look, there's me.
Oh, look at the tools. Look at the tools.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Strategically placed there.
What's that?
Have you only just...
No, it's holding my phone up. No, it's holding my phone up, lads.
Quickly, I'm going to be on with Chris. Let me put these pictures up.
Yeah.
Ricky, when are the trophies coming?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
listen, I'm praying and hoping, and you know, I kind of believe that next year we're going to get something, mate. We are going to get something because it's time. I think we've all had enough. I tell you what is crazy, like like Anthony said again, like we've known each other for years. We had I was filming in Scotland, right? I just got there. This is like the first phone call that I've had with anybody about Mourinho being appointed, right? It's just happened. And I've just put my bags down in Scotland, right? I'm just I ain't even taking my jacket off, right? I've seen a call from Ant. We had about 2 hours, right? I had about an hour ranting. He had about an hour ranting, just about the whole thing, man. So it's like, and keep being you, my brother. Like, that's what it's about. It's about the heart, it's about the passion. It's about fans like this, my friend. So that, you know what I mean? Like, when we lift that trophy, bro, that smile on your face, it's all worth it, bro.
That's when we all come together. That's what it's about. Yeah. The Spurs fans coming together. Is that, you know, you will not be a better feeling than going with your mates to Wembley and watching your club lift the cup. Am I right or wrong, lads?
You're right, man.
It's been too long.
It's been too long. You know, I proper curly hair when last time we won the cup. And now I'm receiving it.
I can't remember last time I had hair.
Dean, are you confident the trophies are coming? Because, of course, Jose Mourinho wins trophies in his first full season at all of his previous clubs. And, of course, the year ends in one. Surely it's got to happen.
Yeah, it's got to be in it. You think all the ducks are right in a row. So with a bit of like another couple of signings. And, I mean, it was strange. I looked at the fixture list and I thought, I can't see any hard games, but I can't see why I couldn't see any hard games. So you know, I think the first 6 games I was sort of writing down. I thought the only one that's a sticky one.
Yeah, or West Brom 1-0. That's 1-0 all over.
Oh,
yeah, we don't be wanting that. So
Chris Brunt, he'll come out of retirement and score a free kick against us
every time. Yeah,
all the time.
I'm just going to end with a couple of questions that we've had on Instagram. Colin asks, why are you Spurs fans? Anthony, if we start with you.
I mean, I had no choice, mate. I was born, as I showed you the picture just now, I was born a month after the 81 FA Cup final. And it was been in my family since, you know, early 60s. And then, you know, my dad bought me a Spurs kit and then that was it. Done. I had no choice, mate. All these people that, you know, one brother's Arsenal, one brother's Spurs, one brother's Liverpool. No, I didn't have a choice to pick a team. It was Tottenham and Tottenham through and through.
Ricky?
It all came from my dad. So my dad's a big Tottenham supporter, born and bred in Bethnal Green, which is a Tottenham area as well, and especially when he was growing up. And, you know, when I was, it was inherent, like Anthony was saying, you know, like I know that I'm not allowed to wear red socks or red pants, especially, you know what I mean? They're not allowed to be in the drawer, let alone try and wear them on a match day. I remember that, you know, as a kid, I think I might have been 8 or 9 and we're going to some summer park or something and I've got these red pants on. He's like, no, son, match day today, you know? You know, so it's really through my dad, man. Like he really kind of schooled me and kind of gave me all the bits of knowledge that I needed, and I think it was about FIFA 98 to kind of build the relationship with my dad, because I can't remember how old I was at that point, but to build the relationship with my dad, I started to play FIFA and learn about players and learn about the Spurs squad and learn about their kids, and that just kind of snowballed. So between us, you know, it's always been a beautiful thing. And it wasn't even like my first game was a great one. I think it was a 0-0 against Barnsley. I think it was Barnsley.
Wow, you're going Ginola days, bro.
Bro. Well, Janola's my boy. That's why, you know. Yeah, so it's how you know. It's how you know. But yeah, man, like, you know, I'm blue and white through and through, man. And you know, I love the boys, win, lose or draw, man. I'll always wear my colours, and I know we do it the hard way, but that's the Tottenham way, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, 100%.
Dean, what about you?
Yeah, my granddad and my dad, God rest his soul, they were all Spurs fans, and sort of, so again, I'm a Spurs fan, my sister's a Spurs fan, and it pains me, it really does pain me, but my daughter, I love her, I do love her, she's married to an Arsenal fan, and you know, but it's great, especially when we beat them, because I'm straight on the phone, you know? But so he's brilliant, and I text him, and like, you know, is he having a good time? And
yeah.
So yeah, it does pain us. So she's sitting there and he goes, please don't phone him, please don't phone him, please don't phone him. Especially when they're getting stuffed, and you just love it.
I know.
But that's what it's all about, though. As a fan, no matter, like I say, if you're a Spurs fan, West Ham fan, Arsenal fan, you all come together about this stupid game with a little ball that, like, 11 blokes either side are kicking about. You know what I mean? It's as daft as that. It means so much to us.
It makes or break your week. And it makes or break your weekend. Like, I used to hate half-12 kickoffs on a Saturday. Like, that is the worst, especially if we lose. I remember that years ago we played Sunderland, and obviously we lost. And I think Bent scored. He'd just gone to Sunderland. I think he scored against us. And I think we lost 3-2 or 2-1. And it's ruined my weekend. I couldn't even go out that night. You know, I was so pissed off. Like, but yeah, it does get you down, doesn't it, boys? If we lose,
it really does. I mean, I don't remember. Well, everybody does. Every Spurs fan. Lasagna Gate, the West Ham game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had a caravan down at Malden, and I was getting all the stuff away, and the result came in, and I kicked this bucket straight for the TV. And I went, oh, that's it, I'm going home now. And that's done. So it does ruin your life sometimes.
It does.
But come like a couple of hours later, you're having a laugh about it, and you're in sort of courage buying another one.
Yeah.
But it's the way life goes.
Yeah.
Anthony, next question's from Ollie, and he's asking, what is your realistic dream signing and your unrealistic dream signing?
I think you will know this one. I think we spoke about it today. Unrealistic is obviously Bale. Realistic, striker that knows the Premiership. I mean, it's not going to be the most amazing. What's that?
Lallana.
He's gone Brighton, bruv.
I know. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It was a joke.
I'll take Danny Ings, you know. I'll take Danny Ings. Danny Ings. No, I don't know. I think Callum Wilson. I think it's not the most fantastic signing. It's going to bells and whistles. But as I said when we first started talking, he knows where the goal is. So, and I think he'll love that competition with Kane, and he'll feed off him. Good players around you. It's gonna build you up for sure.
What about you, Ricky, with the signings?
Oh, I mean, of course, the unrealistic is Bale always. Realistic, there was rumours of what was his name? Leon. What's his name? The winger.
Oh yeah,
Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, so I think, well, you got to remember, Ceballos was in London, and there was that whole. So let's not. But I think he would be a great upgrade on maybe someone like Lucas or Lamela in that forward line, But I mean, I would love a dynamite right back. Like my dream signing right now is someone like Mukele from RB Leipzig, or like Denzel Dumfries. Oh, Alphonso Davies. Oh, mate, that would be sign Kels, mate. Realistic. I don't know, man. Is Fraser still available from Bournemouth on a free? That's a joke. It's a joke.
Raziak.
Oh, Raziak. Oh, mate. Do we need a Raziak right now? Goodness. Banjacevic is still available.
Postiga.
Yeah.
Yes.
Asimovic.
Actually, I'm going to throw a question in here to you guys. Who is the worst? Who is the worst player ever to play for Tottenham that you've seen?
Chris, have you got an hour, mate? I mean, God.
Go on, reel them off. Go on.
Reel them off. Okay.
Toda.
Postiga,
Raziak. Who else? Who's that, Rick?
Was it Andy Booth that we got?
Andy Booth. Who else was there? There's loads there.
So many, man.
It depends on the era. Like
Tremanzani.
I was about to say, yeah.
Jose Dominguez.
Yeah.
managers, Santini.
Santini, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Christian
man.
Gross, obviously. It just depends on the era, lads. I mean, my word, we've had some crap, haven't we? Wow.
The dream team of bad signings.
Darren Caskey, bless him. There's a Kevin Scott, wasn't there? Kevin Scott in the 90s.
Yeah.
So,
who was a South African player? Who was a South African player?
Mabuzela.
Mabuzela!
Against Leicester.
Yeah.
Big goal. One goal.
Yeah. Atuba.
Yeah.
Timothy Atuba, left back.
Who else? Naibet, remember Naibet? Nuruddin Naibet.
Yeah, but he helped Ledley at the time. He was kind of just a little bit.
All right, okay, I'll give him half 50-50 then.
I love how Ricky defends them all.
I know. It's like, mate, Rick, that's why we argue.
Yeah.
But one of the best players has got to be this bloke, Chris. I don't know if you agree with me.
Who you got there?
You see it?
No, we can't see nothing yet.
Oh, sorry, lads.
Oh,
Your ass is too
here we
big.
go.
Yeah, I wish.
Oh, Gaza.
Yeah.
Oh, Gaza.
Fantastic. That's actually,
The man.
Gaza is the reason why I support Spurs. Because
Oh, really, Chris?
that free kick in the semi-final against Arsenal, you know, don't get any better than that, does it?
I know, mate. I was living in Highbury at the time.
Oh.
Yep. A school full of gooners, and I was the only Spurs fan. Well, it went down well, mate. Luckily, I had the gift of the gab.
Well, going on to an Arsenal-related question, Manny has asked on Instagram, would you have swapped the North London derby win for a domestic trophy this season?
Domestic trophy. Okay, hold on. North London win. Let me get the question right. North London win or a trophy? I can't answer that yet. No, can't answer that. Go on, Dean.
Surely it's got to be a trophy, isn't it?
Like, obviously,
It's got to be a trophy.
Arsenal won the trophy. So what I would like is the North London win, obviously against the Arsenal, and beat them and win the trophy. Go on.
Yes, I like that one, Dean. That's a good one. Yes, I'll go with Dean. Yes. Love it.
Yep.
Right, last question for you guys. Brandon asks, what can Tottenham realistically achieve next season, and how many trophies and the league position?
How many trophies? He's confident. This lad's confident. I like him. Well, we've said it before, and we obviously want to go for the Europa, you want to go for the Carabao. Would you take fifth of the trophy? I personally would, yeah.
Anthony, interesting question. Would you take a mid-table finish, 10th, and a League Cup, just to get that trophy in the bag? Is that trophy really important to get these players over that line? Because
do you know what?
Something we haven't spoken about is someone like Harry Kane. What is going to keep Harry Kane at the club in, say, 12 months' time?
If we don't win nothing this year, we don't kick on. I think Harry will go. I think he wants to. I keep repeating myself. He wants to go and win things either abroad or maybe with another club. I hope it's not the latter. But he's going to have to question his career, isn't he? Because, if he ever retires and he's a one-man club at Spurs, which would be amazing, and he hasn't won anything, but it's not really a career to be that proud of. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's going to be turned into a bad player, but you want him to turn around on TV and go, yeah, I won this, I won that, rather than I was the Golden Boot winner for 3 years in a row. Doesn't get you anywhere, does it, lads? I mean, I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Am I right?
No, when you look at players like Carrick and you look at Walker, all gone off and won something. You Teddy, gone off and won something. Yeah. So you, as a Spurs fan, you wouldn't blame him. You really wouldn't blame him to go. You wouldn't want him to go, but at the same time, you can't blame him. I mean, you look at the man on the wall there. He's gone Benfica, finished second in the league, and they're going to be playing. If they qualify, they'll be sort of playing in the Champions League this season. Yeah. So he's gone off, and it's almost like he's bettered himself just by leaving.
Yeah, is he?
I think you've got to. I think you've got to. I think you, as a player, it's everything's on results. So when you look at your trophy cabinet, like you say, I've got some hat-trick balls and I've got my golden boot, but that's it. Exactly. You're looking back, sitting back at your day, you go, well, I didn't win anything.
Yeah, I got to 3 finals and a Champions League final, but I didn't win anything. It's like, unfortunately, that's not what football's about, is it, lads? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Look at the man Bale. Look at him. He's gone over there. He's won 2 Champions Leagues, and they still boo and hiss him. I mean, you can't make that up, could you? No,
but they do the same with Modric as well, don't they? They all get booed. Ronaldo gets booed. It's madness. You'd love to have him in your team, and we used to have him in our team, and we still didn't win anything. You look at the teams that we've had.
I know. Could you imagine Modric and Bale in this team now?
If you have Modric and Bale in their pomp, in their when they was like, if you had Modric, Bale, King,
Van der Vaart.
Van der Vaart,
I love him.
Crouch, you know,
Crouch,
all the
right,
players, we'd have been winning things, but we just seem to get like 2 or 3 great players, and then the rest of them not.
Do you know what transfer window did it for me though, lads? Is when I think we were 2nd or 3rd under Redknapp, and we was obviously doing well, and we went and bought Saha and Louis and Nelson.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, wow. I mean, if that's where we're going, then good luck. Do you know what I mean?
And who did he ask for? And didn't he ask for Suarez? And wasn't it Cahill? Was it Cahill, the defender?
Gary Cahill, yeah, from Bolton. Yeah, at that time. Yeah.
I mean, this is where Levy has to step up this year. He really does. I mean, I know there's been a lot. You know, we're talking about financially the pandemic and the club and the fans not being there, but we was the 8th or 9th richest club last season. So somebody has to find, you know what I mean, the money in the bottom of their pocket and start investing a little bit in the squad that we need to perform on all of these fronts, you know? And it's a minimum that we get top 4 and at least 1 trophy next year for anyone to stay. For me, I thought Harry would have gone this year, and I wouldn't have blamed him if he'd gone this year.
No, exactly.
You know?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
But I know that Mourinho wants his like solid, you know, like his jewels in the crown. He wants at least 1 season with them. So that's why next season is a really important one, and we need to get top 4 at least, like and challenge that league. Like let's be in amongst it, and at least tick off 1 trophy next year, because exactly what you said, and you know, for all of the pretty play and for all of the progression, for you not to be able to have a medal or a trophy or something to kind of look at and go, look, this is what we done, this is what that team did, like it's not right. It's not right. So yeah,
exactly.
We always seem to be a few players away there, don't we? Every time.
That's it, all the time, and you're just like, oh, I just don't want to fall behind, lads. I don't want to be that team where we're looking over our shoulder and waiting for teams to drop points. Oh, if they score 3, we've got to score 4, and da-da-da. I just want us to keep going, be the underdog, keep doing what we're doing, and that's it, because I'm fed up of just like, even this season's just gone. You know, Wolves sort of cracked at the last minute and we sneaked up, but still, we should be doing that. That's not in our DNA. We should be going out there knowing that we're going to win a game. I'm going to have 3 points.
Anthony, if I was to pin you down, will Tottenham win a trophy, yes or no, next season?
Yes.
And what position in the league will we finish?
I'm saying trophy and 5th. We might lose 4th by goal difference.
Ricky, what are you thinking?
I'm trophy and 4th, definite.
Trophy and 4th.
Yeah, it has to be at a minimum. I would like to say, but that's me being super optimistic. I would like to say 3rd, but I'm going to stay at 4th. I'm going to say 4th and a trophy.
I thought you were going to say 2 trophies.
I was like, wow, Ricky's on it.
4 trophies and 2nd.
Dean, what about you? You confident?
Yeah, Europa League and 5th.
See, isn't this what kills us, the hope? Because all 4 of us think that we're going to win a trophy next year. Is this not how we do things every single year as Tottenham fans, thinking we're going to win a trophy and then we're let down?
But before, we've thought that we need to win a trophy. This year, they have to win a trophy. They have to. Like, Mourinho has to, and like you said, Harry, Sonny, the boys that have been there for a minute, they have to too. So, so this year we have to, instead of thinking and knowing that we want to, and we should, and we, you know, now it has to happen.
Has to.
Will Jose Mourinho be under pressure if he doesn't?
I hope not.
I don't think he will. Honestly, I've got this. Well, you know, his compensation package as well. He always has a massive compensation package. So I've got a feeling.
What I mean by that is because every single one of us is expecting it to happen. The trophy's coming.
Because you have to look at how he's gone about things over the years. You know, he won the Champions League with Porto. Then he went to Chelsea, and look what he did there. I used to hate playing Chelsea when he was manager because they had that grit. They had that bite about them. They were just nasty to play against. And sometimes we'll play them off the park. I remember that game when Gallas scored in the last minute for them. We played them off the park. I remember being 3-0 up and then getting, you know, Hossam Ghali scoring that couple of goals and then getting subbed. And then we went and lost 4-3, or was it? Oh, we was 2-0 up and lost 3-2. But I used to hate playing Mourinho's teams, man, because they were just horrible to play against. And that's what he needs to inbred in this team now. Not everyone, but that spine. You look at that spine. They had Cech, Terry, Lamps and Drogba. I mean, you know, Chelsea fan or not, you have to applaud them because they went on and, you know, done what they did. And I hate saying that because I hate them. I hate
and you know what, Ant, as well. Like we've been talking a lot about Poch and Mourinho and stuff. But if we look at that FA Cup semi-final when we was at Wembley, when we was, you know, Wembley was our house. We were playing dynamite football. We were like, yes, we was at Wembley and there was that hindrance, but we were still playing some dynamite football. Like everyone in that ground believed that we was going to do Man United. And what did Mourinho do again? Do you know what I mean? And Man United were playing shockingly, terribly, horribly bad. You know, but they still managed to do what they had to do and go through to the final. So
and win it.
And win it. Yeah.
That's the one we went 1-0 up, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it was Dele Alli, wasn't it? Dele Alli 1-0 up.
Yeah, 2-1.
That season where it was disappointing. The 3 cup competitions. I think Juventus, we went out of the Champions League where we were actually, you know, ahead in the tie, and then Manchester United, the FA Cup, we were ahead in that game, and then West Ham, we were ahead, and then we lost that game. That disappoints me more than anything. When we go out of a cup competition, that is what upsets me more than anything, because every year I do it to myself thinking we're going to win the FA Cup. And, you know, I'm not joking in you know, telling you that I am booked in for the Europa League final. So if it don't happen, I'm going to be very upset again.
But this is what I mean. It's how they bounce back. And I think, you know, as much as I love Poch for the first 4.5 years, he's brilliant. The love went because we just the players didn't want it anymore. They wanted a new challenge. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's hope now with Mourinho in charge and the new season at the start, let's fingers crossed that we can go on and win something.
And listen, I think we all know as well that season that we should have won the league. You know, Leicester won the league.
That's what I mean.
That season, if we would have won the league that season, it would have been a totally different picture for Tottenham after that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Ricky, the lads as well, you know, you remember that Chelsea game, 2-0
the
up.
Battle of the Bridge.
The Battle of the Bridge, we were 2-0 up. You know, it was that game that defined Leicester winning that league. And we still sat back and bottled it. And we did. The results don't lie. We went 2-0 up and went, we should be doing this. Oh, what are we going to do? And you could see in the players. Look at Liverpool this year. We were 1-0 up in the first 10 seconds. Why can't we go on and try and win that game? But no, we didn't have a plan B. We sat back and they just obviously went on and won it. I was fed up with it. Fed up with seeing that type of football of not having a plan B or no organisation. And it's true. I mean, the results don't lie.
But surely, though, Anthony, with him signing people like Højbjerg and Joe Hart, you know, bringing in leaders, bringing in people that have been there and done it, that's going to help.
Well, you like to think so, and I hope we're all right in saying that they brought in these players because they are good talkers, and that's something that we haven't got. We haven't got talkers on the pitch.
We heard it because obviously there's a lot of them 9 games that you could listen because there was no fans there. And you couldn't hear our team.
Couldn't hear it, mate.
It was so quiet. But you listen to the Wolves and Sheffield United, they were so vocal.
Yeah, they were.
Really were.
They were.
So yeah, we do need some talkers. We do need some leaders. And like I say, I think Højbjerg really does fit that bill. And I would like to see us go in and have Danny Ings as well because I think that'd be brilliant for us.
Yeah, I do as well.
Or Mbappe. I'm not bothered either.
I mean, swings and roundabouts, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Well, we could talk all night about Tottenham, so I'm going to wrap it up there because we've gone on for quite a time now. I think we've gone on for about 90 minutes. So thank you very much to all three of you for joining me, and I hope that we're all right when we actually get a trophy in the year that ends in 1.
Absolutely. I know, lads, and can I just say, like, what's gone on with the club? People got different opinions. That's absolutely fine, but let's get behind this team now, man, and we can try and kick on and go back to how the Spurs was loved before. Sorry, I've got to say that because it's so upsetting when you see fans divided and Poch out and Mourinho out, and it was just horrible to see.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, Anthony.
We all want the same thing, mate. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.
Thanks for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do put all of your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know whether you agreed or disagreed with comments that Anthony made, Ricky made, and Dean made, and of course what I made as well. And also let me know how confident you are of Jose Mourinho bringing home a trophy to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club at the end of the season. Anyway, stay safe and well, and I will see you tomorrow for a Tottenham news video. Come on, you Spurs.